Welcome back to Mountain Connections. Amanda Winters is a life skills coach. She offers personalized mentoring to individuals, to corporations, businesses. Really, she is here to take care of you and help you enjoy your life and enhance everything you are doing. Today we are talking about joy. Thanks, Amanda, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So you have some great tips about how to find more joy in your life. So let's dig right in.
All right. So the first one I have is just to be self-aware. Self-aware of your thoughts, self-aware of your actions, and also self-aware of your self-sabotage that you create in your life. Sometimes we don't always recognize this, but really being able to recognize where we sabotage ourselves. And that puts a wrinkle in our day, right?
It does. I find sometimes when I'm self-aware, that leads immediately to self-sabotaging.
Right. And it leads to self-doubt and all of that, right? So that's where we're controlling our thoughts. That's where we're really paying attention to what we're thinking and how we're feeling. So really being able to pay attention to those. And obviously our thoughts lead to our actions. And like you said, it leads to self-sabotage a lot of times. So sometimes we can be great in one area of our lives, and then we kind of self-sabotage in another area because we're not feeling worthy or we're not feeling good enough to be able to receive and feel good all day long, every day.
So when we're self-aware, we need to recognize when we are putting negative thoughts into ourselves, because that's going to destroy our joy.
Correct. And a thing with that is that objectivity is our enemy when it comes to self-awareness, right? Sometimes we think we're a lot better than we are. Sometimes we think we're not as good as we are because we're comparing ourselves to other people. So really being aware of where we are. And sometimes we have to get an outside opinion to help us recognize where we really are.
That's a good point. A good reality check, a positive reality check. Great. Let's move on to number 2. What's your second suggestion for bringing joy into our lives?
So I'm actually going to go with affirmations, because at one point my daughter, who is in high school, she had friends that were just really struggling. And so she would come home every day crying. Talk about self-sabotage, right?
Yeah.
And so she would say that this friend is having this issue and this friend is having this issue, and so she did not feel worthy to feel good all the time, even though she was having so much joy in her life. Other than that, she didn't feel like she should feel that way. And so that's where we really started with the affirmations. And that's really the second key, is looking at your affirmations, saying things like, I am good enough, I am strong, I am worthy and deserving, I love you, looking at yourself in the mirror, and I forgive you. Those are powerful words to say to yourself. Also, the way you say it is huge. So I can say, I am enough. Or I can say, I am enough. I am enough. And so it adds meaning to it the way you say it also.
Do you find that for people it's hard initially to start these self-affirmations? It might feel a little silly or a little over the top. How do you get over that mental block?
Absolutely. I think that everybody does. You can feel kind of silly. You either start to cry, you don't cry, you don't cry. Sometimes you don't have any feeling at all. You're just like, these aren't working. So it's just repetition. Really saying those repetitiously every day to yourself. Because you want to change your life, you have to change your thoughts, and affirmations change your thoughts.
Such a good point. All right, what's number 3?
Number 3 is to celebrate. Celebrate the things in your life that you accomplish, whether big or small. So sometimes we don't like to celebrate unless it's like an anniversary or a birthday or something big, right? And so we really need to celebrate those small accomplishments. Yay, I made my bed today. Because sometimes that's all that we feel like we get done in a day. If you are a person that is a checklist person that loves to just like check mark off each thing that you accomplish each day, do a little dance or listen to a fun song. So it doesn't have to be a big celebration, just at least celebrate what you are accomplishing.
And at the same time, after you accomplish that, don't bring in, oh, but I didn't do this, this, and this. Just I did this, and that's enough.
Right. That's going back to that thought process.
It's all connected. All right. And you suggest creating a joy list.
Yes, this is actually one of my favorite things, is to create a joy list of things that you personally love that bring joy into your life. And you do at least one of those per week. If you're really struggling at feeling joy, you need to choose something every day. So for example, I love holding my husband's hand. And so each night we sit and we hold hands on the couch. And that might seem weird to some people, but it's something that I absolutely love. And that brings me joy. Also looking at my flowers in my yard. I love the flowers. And so springtime is actually one of my favorite times, and that's why I chose creating joy, because springtime is a rebirth. This is where we feel lifted. This is where we just can really feel that joy and that energy lift.
I read recently a survey about how more and more research is coming out about your physical environment and how much joy it actually can bring you. Just a fresh flower, or just, it's important to analyze your environment and think, what is making me happy and what is absolutely not.
Absolutely, and change what's not, correct? That we can change our environment. That's why it's really suggested that we keep our environment clean and clutter-free, because that actually weighs us down. If we have a lot of clutter in our lives, whether it's physically or emotionally, then it seems to drag us down in our life.
These are such great suggestions. So really quick, the 4 things. First one is
self-awareness.
Self-awareness. Second
is affirmations.
The third one
is celebrating.
Celebrating. And the 4th one?
Creating a joy list.
I wasn't quizzing you. I just wanted to remember, because these are such great tips and ideas to help with our overall health and wellness. I want to be able to remember those 4 when I'm starting to feel not very joyful.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Amanda, for being here. This is actually the first part of a 4-part series, so we will see you again soon to talk more about life skills and health and wellness.
Thank you. I'm excited to come back.
And a quick shout out of your website, if people are interested in doing more with you, where do they go?
Is the ewi.com, and you can find information on there for one-on-one coaching, for being able to go in and work with employees to create a positive atmosphere at work, and also group coaching.
Thanks again, Amanda, for being here. I'm already feeling a little bit more joyful, and I think your bright colored orange top helps a lot as well. So I hope you got some ideas for joy from Amanda's interview. I love that she holds hands with her husband every night. It can be something as simple as that. So find joy in your life. We have much more coming back with health and wellness on Thursday after this break.